Welcome back to the Hawkeye Garage. I am Joe. This week we are going to run some 12 volt power to the back of the GX so that we have USB outlets, so we have a cigarette adapter, mainly so that we can plug in our NewAir dual zone fridge freezer for this coming summer. Stay tuned. That's right, in the back of the GX we only had one 10 power and it would only run when the car was turned on, so you could turn the button on to turn the power on the back. I'm still working on trying to find a hack so I can bypass whatever relay controls it so that I can have on-demand 110 power whether the car is turned on or off. But there was no 12 volt outlets in the back, no cigarette plug adapter outlets, so we went ahead and ran one. We started the battery, which I'm going to show you. We ran through the firewall, down the floor, into the back. I will we'll go ahead and kind of show you where I ran the wiring, what plugs I used, and this doesn't only apply to the GX. This basic process applies to really any vehicle you want to do this to, so let's jump into it. Starting at the battery, just got a ring terminal on the end of the wire here. Little spade fuse connector. I ran 16 gauge wire, honestly, because I had a ton of 16 gauge wire laying around. Would have preferred going a little bit heavier, but hey, it's probably heavier than what would have been run to a plug back there from the factory anyway. I got it run back here. I'm gonna get some wire loom to go over that once I've decided that's where I want it to stay. That's the wire I'm gonna use. Pay no attention to that yellow wire. That's for my Raptor lights. I need to finish doing that, but I need to pull the battery out to get to behind the headlights to hook it all in together, and just hasn't been a priority. And that purple wire back there is actually the secondary bypass pump bypass that was in there that goes over here. There's a little module mounted there. The previous owner did that. I didn't run any of that wiring. Anyway, moving down here to the firewall mount, we've got, I ran the wire. This is the hose for the rear wiper fluid, and it already went through a grommet, so there was room. I just finagled that wire through there. However you want to run it is up to you. That worked for me. It's out of the way. I don't think I should have any problem with leakage. Jumping into the inside, again, just coming through the kick panel. All of these trim pieces basically just come unclipped. Most cars are that way. Take your time, use some pry tools, do a little YouTube research so you don't break anything. But I've just got this red wire. I ran it through some of these wire catches, guides, I guess. Through the back here, going to inside the back area here. On the GX, there is a plastic step here so that when you flip this seat down, you can step into the third row. There's two little caps you can pop off with a screwdriver, undo the bolts, 10 mil bolts. Go ahead and undo the seat belt bolt there, and then you can kind of pick up this weather stripping. It's got the felt in here because it's a bougie Lexus, so you can pop that off and then continue popping panels off. There's a clip there. There's some clips in here. Just, you know, be careful. Take your time. Use a flashlight so you don't want to break a bunch of that stuff. And then we move along into the back. I've kept everything kind of unclipped so I can show you guys a little bit where I ran this wiring. This unclips here. You can see my red wire down there, and I just continued to run it through those little white clear plastic loops where there was existing wiring and the tube for the washer fluid. But there's the back of my outlets, and what I've got here is just, I'll drop a link. This is just an Amazon one. There's a million of these things, Amazon, eBay, everywhere online. I've got 12 volt cigarette adapter here. Pop this up and we've got two USB ports and a voltage meter. And since it's coming straight from the battery, that should be pretty accurate. Where you mount that obviously is going to depend on where you want to plug stuff in. Also, in this Lexus, there's a sub there, and there's all kinds of electrical stuff back here, and just lots of mechanical things going on. So I was a little bit limited to where I could put these, because obviously the plugs stick out in the back. And what I ended up doing was just kind of trace through the holes with a magic marker. Used a spade bit to cut the holes and a file to clean things out. You could cut a big rectangular hole. You could use a step bit. Lots of different options. Thankfully, this plastic cuts really easy, and it's not very hard to do. Eventually, I will probably also install that little 2-prong, it's a solar plug that I had on my other fridge in the 4Runner somewhere in here, but I wanted to run this this way for now. And I will probably also run a jumper and kind of come down through here and mount another one of those panels or something similar over on this side. Because, as you can see, that's a big refrigerator. 80-quart dual zone NewAir fridge freezer. And I also have a 40-quart smaller fridge, Costway fridge. But we're still figuring out this whole opening the door to the side thing, and we're gonna have the dog here. Camper's gonna be attached there. Where are we gonna put stuff? Where are we gonna plug things in? So this is where we're at now. I've got the doors opening on these sides. Pay no attention to my tape marks. I've got left and right so that I can start memorizing the compartments and which readouts go to which one. But that's where we're at, and right now this is on the medium. Ooh, let's focus that a little bit better. The max running capacity, maximum, so the compressor is going to work really hard. It's going to cool things off quickly, keep them cool. On the medium power setting, so the voltage is going to have to drop to, like, I don't know, I think it's below 10 volts before it will just turn the refrigerator off to save your car battery so that your car can start. And let's see, right now the unit itself is not running. I've got the back one set to like 25 and the front one set to 32 because obviously they're going to fluctuate. This is reading 12 volts. That battery indicator is not real accurate. The voltage, though, is pretty accurate, especially when the compressor's not running. And let's see, we're just over 12 volts there and 12.2 there. When this is running, this reads about a volt lower than that. So it's kind of a good comparison. You can see how many volts are getting pulled at the compressor versus how many volts your battery is actually putting out. I kind of like the dual reading with the differential. It gives you an idea of what's really going on here electronically. Alright, I realize we kind of hammered through that really quick, but you get the idea. We run a wire straight from the battery, straight to the back. However you want to do that is up to you. Make sure you run a fuse. Currently I've got a 15 amp fuse in there. I like to start small and go up from there. I believe the fuse that's in the actual refrigerator itself, because it does have one in the back at the plug, is a 15 also. And I haven't popped it while I was running it. So shouldn't be any problems there. And again, whatever panel you decide that you want to go with and however you want to plug things in, again, is up to you. Link for the panel that I used down below. And I'll keep you apprised of any updates as far as what outlets I add where and stuff. And of course, we're gonna have a lot more content with that refrigerator. It seems to cool down really quick. The compressor is not noisy. Of course, it's empty and it's like nice 60 degrees out right now, so it's not having to try too hard, but we'll put it through its paces as we progress through the summer. If anybody has the hack to get that 110 to run all the time in the back, please contact me. Comments, email, hawkeyeskunkworks@gmail.com. Let me know. I did that hack with all the 12 volt outlets in the 4Runner because I could find that. It's in the fuse panel underneath the dash, but this panel is way different than the 4Runner. So no luck there. I also need to do that on the 3rd gen so I can run a cooler back there. Pretty sure I've seen that hack. Anyway, if you've seen that one, drop that one below too. Anyway, make sure to follow the links in the description down below over to Instagram and Facebook. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Every Sunday is when we drop a video, and if you turn those notifications on, you will be notified on your devices at exactly what time the video goes live. And I'm trying to get as much Wednesday night mountain bike content put out towards you guys. I didn't do one this week because I just didn't have anything relevant. And hopefully by next week we'll have the Roscoe back with some warranty work done to it, and I'll be able to tell you guys all about that. So until the next video, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Goodbye.